For all your email management needs, look no further than Aweber, the preferred choice for geekoutdoors.com. Sign up today and you could get a 30-day free trial by checking out the affiliate link in the description area below.
Hey, welcome to another episode of geekoutdoors.com. So CES 2018 just wrapped up, and just like every year, there was a lot of new technologies, some of which we've seen before, but some of which we've never seen before as well. So this year, as I have predicted in the past, it's all going to be about artificial intelligence, not just in CES, but just that's where technology is heading. And so that was the big thing in CES, a lot of assistant related products, and obviously all of them run on AI underneath. And so this was primarily a show between Google and Amazon, but there were other players there as well. And even if you're looking at other sites, a lot of them will mention the AI as a big part of it, including the Sony Audible, which obviously runs on AI. And so a lot of these products are all products that rely heavily on some type of artificial intelligence. And so that was a big theme in CES. And so you could see there AI, VR, IoT devices, smart cars, all of these have AI underneath. And so so that was something that I knew that was going to happen, and at the same time it's something that the entire industry as a whole is really talking about. But out of all of this, what was my favorite piece of tech, or what did I think is going to be the most game-changing thing in my opinion? Well, for me, it's going to be TVs. Okay, and you might think like, well, we already have a lot of these TVs. We have 4K, and eventually we're going to have 6 and 8K. But what's so interesting about TVs now? Well, the interesting one is the one that I have been thinking about, and I have actually talked about in terms of innovation and smartphones, and that is the rollable TV, okay, through OLED technology. So LG released a prototype of the world's first 65-inch rollable TV. So it sounds like something out of science fiction. We have seen this before, where you have these screens that are so thin that you can roll them up. Okay, and this is something that has been talked about in the industry for years and probably decades. And this technology isn't really something that's new, because there have been like smaller prototypes of these OLED or thin screens before, and also companies like Sony have had their digital e-ink technologies here for a while, where it's basically paper thin displays. However, this is the first time that a company has released a prototype that is nearly production ready, that is not only extremely thin and also you could roll it, but it's also full color, high resolution at 4K, which is something that other companies have not presented yet in this particular form. And they've been showing these types of foldable screens for a while now. This is since last year. So here's a foldable screen. And you might think like, well, this is very similar to a projector. Yes, I mean, if you could think about a projector as a screen that you just put up, that's true. But at the same time, this is actually the whole screen with all the technology. This is actually an OLED TV built into this. Okay, so that is really different, because unlike a projector and screen, you don't need a projector. Nothing's being projected on it. So this is actually going to be the TV of the future. And obviously this could be applied to so many different applications, such as clothing. As I just mentioned earlier, you'll have clothes in the future that will be so thin that they could actually change colors, because it's not really truly just clothing, it's actually a screen. And I guess for all the advertisers in the future, you could have marketing on clothes, because now they're actually screens. And so this brings so many different possibilities. Just imagine you rolling up an entire TV this large, putting it in a small box, or maybe in some cases putting it in your pocket, and then you just bring it over and unroll it, and there you go. This is something that I could see that is applicable, and I could really see a lot of people getting in on this. Okay, so it'll not only save a lot of space, but it's just be cool, especially like as I mentioned earlier, it could be used for so many other applications. Not only clothing, but you could have things such as your blinds at home, where you could just turn your blinds over and it becomes a whole big screen, or even cars where your whole window is one flexible OLED screen. And so the applications for this is absolutely endless, and so this is my favorite tech out of CES 2018. I knew that this foldable technology has been in development for a while. We've seen a lot of this stuff before where they would show little pieces of this technology, specifically from Sony and LG, because they are the leaders in OLED technology. But now, other companies, specifically Samsung, they're all going to get in on this. And so this is really exciting to me because now we really have it in a form that's beyond just a small sample of a prototype like they had here at the beginning when just about a year ago, and even then a few years ago, they just had very small samples. And so this is the first time I've seen it in a size this large, and then also in a medium that is actually usable and relatable to a lot of people. So if you had any thoughts on this rollable OLED screen or any other technologies in CES 2018, be sure to leave it in the comments area below. I'd like to know what you think is the best tech or service that's coming out of this and where you think the future is heading. Okay, and so if you did enjoy these videos, you got value out of them, be sure to subscribe. And if you did want to support my channel further, you could do that at patreon.com/geekoutdoors. Thanks for checking out this episode.
And as always, if you like these videos, be sure to click on the subscribe button. And for full written content, audio content, and additional geek stuff, head over to geekoutdoors.com, and I'll see you outdoors on the very next episode.